Alright.
So you're just going to sit here and record, or did you want to talk to one of the members of the staff? Or was it
I've already spoken to the members of staff, but they don't seem to be taking on board anything that I've given them advice on.
So what was your queries to them?
No queries, advice.
What was your advice?
The fact that the G4S security shouldn't be handling personal information, they don't have the correct training. I have word from DWP on that. And just the way that they were speaking to claimants when I came in, and I was recording some information on the leaflets, and I could overhear the way that they were talking to a claimant was very rude, condescending, and just generally disgusting. Not the way you would expect a government employee to talk to a citizen. It was very rude, so I said to them that that's unacceptable, and I will be reporting that to the appropriate person, who will be the MP for the DWP. I'll be reporting that directly to them.
That's the correct way to go.
Absolutely,
with it, so.
yeah. So I was just recording, and then they said, you need to stop recording. I said, no, it's a public place, I can record here. And then they said, well, they're going to call the police. And I said, well, if they're going to waste your time to get you here, I'm not going to make you waste your time then looking for me. I'll wait for you, so you can tell them that I'm in a public place, I can record, you can't kick me out, and then we can all move on with our day.
It's not with our time, obviously if you've got quite... So are you a customer, sir? Or
there's no customers here, there's claimants.
So are you dealing with...
No, I just came in to have a look around at the information on the boards and stuff and see how this job centre was handling people's data, something that I'd taken interest in, government bodies.
Can I just ask, are you recording?
I am, yes.
Okay, so we're also recording.
There we go, finally got there. I was going to pull you up on that because it was a bit late on that one.
Okay.
You should have told me as soon as you turned your camera on.
Were you recording conversations with...
No, I was recording information on a conversation that I overheard. The camera might have picked it up, I'm not sure. But even if it did, they shouldn't be having that conversation in a public place, should they?
Okay. Obviously, there's an expectation of privacy if claimants are sitting at the desk over there. It's a sort of cordoned off area.
No, it's not cordoned off at all, though, is it?
There's privacy screens.
Yeah, but I wasn't there. I was at the desk where all that public information. So the issue there comes. If I'm recording, if I'm not recording, okay, and I overhear a private conversation and I overhear private details, that's still a data breach, whether I've recorded it or not. The fact that I've heard it is the data breach.
I'm not really interested in data breaches.
I am. I really am.
It's not our business.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said to you as the ICO. That's why I didn't really want to bother you with it.
You've been asked to leave by staff, so you have to leave.
I haven't been asked to leave at all.
Do you want this gentleman to leave?
Don't solicit a trespass.
He told me he's asked you to leave.
And see, well, he's lied to you then. He's lied to you. It's all recorded on camera, so he's lied to you.
Yeah, he's saying he's never been asked to leave.
Mm-hmm.
You just confirmed that you've asked him to leave.
You've asked me to stop recording.
And you continue to record.
Yeah, you never once asked me to leave.
Okay, so can we just confirm no longer...
So you're still soliciting a trespass?
Can you just confirm to me, for his benefit, because there's obviously a bit of debate over this, is he welcome on the premises or not?
No. If he can leave because he's refusing to stop recording us.
Can't really be clearer than that.
Okay. In that case, is that something that you two can get involved in?
Well, you're not trespassing.
Is that a police matter?
We will assist him in removing
It's a civil issue. You don't have the power.
We will assist him in
That's a civil issue.
Sorry, I'm not going to argue this with you. We will assist him in removing you. I'm aware it's a civil matter. I know what I'm doing.
You clearly don't.
We will assist him in removing you.
Okay.
And we will use reasonable force to do that.
You don't have the power to do that. This is not my first rodeo here,
I
Constable.
Get your auditing. It's fine.
It's not exactly.
I know what I'm doing and I know my
you really
rights.
don't, clearly, because you're threatening to put hands on me.
So, there's an easy way to do this and there's a difficult way.
Yeah, the easy way is for you to understand your remit.
Right. So what's your intention? You're just going to sit here all afternoon?
Once you've told them that I'm okay to record in a public place...
There's no issue. He said that to me. He knows that you're allowed to record.
So then why is he trying to trespass me for exercising a human right?
No, but
Before a single word is spoken, let's set the scene, because what you're about to hear isn't just a disagreement in a government building. This is a full-blown collision between misunderstood law. On one side, we have an auditor, calm, articulate, and clearly well-versed in data protection and civil liberties. On the other, job center staff, private security, and eventually the police, all operating with overlapping powers, blurred responsibilities, and, as we'll see, some very questionable here's the twist. The calmer the auditor stays, the more chaotic the situation becomes. So ask yourself as you watch, who's actually escalating this? And more importantly, who really knows their
He has given me a reason. He's told me the reason I can't be here is because I'm recording, which is a breach of my human rights.
First thing he said to me was, I know it's not illegal.
Okay.
So he knows it's not illegal.
Okay, so you know what Article 10 of the Human Rights Act is?
So, it's not illegal to film.
No. Okay.
But if they don't want you to do it, they're within their rights to ask you to leave.
What was your oath? Can I ask you that, Constable? Did you not take an oath to uphold the human rights of citizens of this country? Not government bodies, citizens.
Right. You're aware that you're trespassing now?
Civilly.
Yes, it's a civil matter.
Yes.
But you're aware that the occupier of the premise can use reasonable force to remove you?
The occupiers, you cannot.
And that we can assist the occupiers?
No, you cannot.
Yes, we can.
No, you cannot.
Yes,
there is case law from the Court of Appeals that disagrees with you. You put hands on me and I will take you to court.
To prevent a breach of the peace.
But it's not a breach of the peace.
Right.
You're breaching my peace. I'm sat here peacefully. I had a very pleasant conversation with the security.
Yeah, so you can use reasonable force to remove this gentleman, and we can be here to prevent a breach of the peace. Okay? So would you like to do that?
Bear in mind, your
This moment is critical, and it's easy to miss why. The auditor isn't interrogating anyone. He's pointing out asterisk data protection failures and asterisk unprofessional how specific he is. G4S handling personal data. Lack of proper training, claimants being spoken to in a rude and condescending manner. These aren't vague accusations. They're grounded concerns tied directly to DWP obligations and ICO. What's the response? Not, thank you for raising that. Not, we'll review it, but immediate defensiveness. This is a classic institutional reaction when a messenger becomes the problem. Instead of addressing whether sensitive conversations are being overheard in an open plan space, the focus shifts to why he's there and asterisk what he the irony. Even without recording, overheard personal data in a public-facing office can still be a data.
Okay. Okay. You're very polite and I really respect that, so I'm going to lower my tone with you, okay? I don't want these constables to put you in a position that you're going to lose your job for, because I will file a complaint and I will make sure that you lose your job if you put hands on me.
We're happy to leave.
Your
He's going to sit here until you close.
Your company policy states that you are not to get physical.
Then you can use reasonable force to remove it.
And they will get fired for it because their company policies. Their company policy. I'm not listening about the law. I know what the law is. I know that they can use reasonable force. Yes, but they will lose their job. You're putting them in a position to lose their job because their policies say not to get physical unless it's self-defense.
And if they can make their own decision as to what they want to do.
Well, then I'm trying to advise them because the lady has been very polite, and I'm trying to not get them fired here.
If she's been nice to you, why don't you just cooperate?
Because it's not about how polite somebody is being, it's about the fact that they need to understand that they cannot refuse citizens their human rights in public places.
Okay, so are you happy with that now?
No, because they clearly don't understand, because they're still trying to...
So, like you said, you are going to raise...
Legally you can, but your policy, your company policy will get you fired for it, sir.
All what we are asking
Yes.
to leave.
Okay.
If you finish whatever you have to do, from the very beginning, we were showing you politeness.
Yes, you have, and I'd like to think I've been polite to you as well. I haven't raised my voice at you. I let you know of data breaches that were going on politely, and then I had a very polite conversation with you, and I've not raised my voice at you. I've not been aggressive towards you.
If you haven't got any appointment or you haven't got anything, because before you have to film, you need their authority or you need their permission.
The memo from the DWP says different, sir, and this is what I tried to tell you when I arrived, when I tried to tell the manager. There is a memo from the DWP that says that we are allowed to record in public places, and there is nothing legally they can do apart from serve an injunction, and they have to go through the court to serve an injunction. Otherwise, they cannot stop it. If this was an appointment-only building, which it's not, some job centres are appointment-only, this one is...
This is where the entire confrontation pivots. The moment recording becomes the obsession. The staff threaten police involvement, and the auditor calmly calls their bluff. What's fascinating here is how confidently everyone speaks, while clearly operating on different understandings of the law. The auditor asserts ACU spaces don't automatically grant an expectation of privacy, especially in areas specifically designed for public information. And he's right to raise the uncomfortable truth. If private conversations are being overheard unintentionally, that's a procedural failure, not a filming in carefully to the language used by staff and later by police, phrases like not allowed without citing legislation. That's a red flag. Law isn't based on vibes or discomfort, and yet discomfort is driving every decision here. This is where authority starts relying on pressure instead of clarity.
Glad that you're
Don't
not going
know
to
about
do
this
that.
kind of recording. All that we have to tell you is that it's not allowed without
Okay,
information.
and I
That's
disagree.
what we said
I
to you.
disagree. And if the manager would get the memo, and I could show you, because I'm aware of the memo, I have a printed copy at home. I didn't bring it with me today. I have a printed copy of it, and it says in the first 4 sentences, people are allowed to record in public places. There is no law against recording in public places, and that basically the DWP cannot stop people from recording. I'm talking very nicely to you. I'm done with you. I'm talking very nicely to him.
That's not being disputed.
Well, it
He knows
clearly
it's not
is,
illegal,
because
but
they're
he's-
kicking me out because I'm recording, so it is being disputed, isn't it?
So he said he knows it's not illegal. You're allowed to record.
So why is he kicking me out for it
You're no
then?
longer welcome on the premises.
Why?
It's separate from.
It's
the fact
not.
that
It's
you're
not.
allowed to
If
record
he had
or
just
not.
asked me to leave without giving me a reason, yes. But because he stated it's because I'm recording, that is a breach of Article 14 of my human rights. And you have an oath to uphold my human rights, Constable. You have an
How long have you
oath.
been a police officer?
You have an oath.
How long
Do you want to
have
know how many
been a police
constables I have up on disciplinary charges? How many times I'm suing the Met Police?
What's
Do
your
you really want to know?
officer? I don't recognise you.
No, you
You
don't.
mustn't be that followed. You're
I don't-
not AB.
No, I'm not AB. You're right.
I thought
I'm
this
quite
whole
well
thing
followed.
was sort of like falling off.
I'm quite well followed.
How many followers?
More than you.
Oh, not only
Oh,
two,
exactly,
so
there you go.
You do.
Yeah. About 40,000 at the moment.
I thought they only done this at the police station.
Yeah.
Any government body.
Police
Any
stations are
government
getting
body.
Yeah, so you come job centre.
Any government body. I've been doing job centres since before I was doing police stations, my friend.
Um,
Government bodies.
gentlemen,
find
you
interest in this?
I do find an interest in it. I find an interest in holding our government to account. That's what I find an interest in. I think it's highly important. I think it's a duty of a citizen to hold our government to account.
Like you said, they're being
They are, and I'm being very polite with them back. Yeah, and I'm being very polite with them back. But being polite and disagreeing are 2 separate issues. You can disagree with somebody while being polite, but they are because they're trying to kick me out, and that's where we're disagreeing. It's the fact that they are trying to kick me out for exercising a human right, and that is a violation of Article 14. I'm exercising.
Now the police arrive, and this is where things get legally messy. We immediately hear conflicting accounts. The staff claim he was asked to leave. The auditor says he wasn't. And crucially, it's all on camera. That factors apply. Police don't magically gain powers just because someone is unwelcome. And notice the contradiction. Officers acknowledge it's civil, then immediately threaten physical S is a classic misunderstanding of assisting an occupier. Assistance doesn't mean acting as hired muscle. It means preventing a breach of the peace, which at this point doesn't exist. The auditor is seated, calm, and non-threatening.
From your oath, other than the fact you've oathed to uphold our rights. Anything else from your oath?
Do you work, sir?
Pardon?
Do you have a job?
Do you have a job?
Yes,
No,
this is my job.
it's not a job.
What pays my
You,
bills?
you scrounge off citizens. That's what you do.
Oh, right. Well, yeah. I mean, I suppose you could say the police pay scales is scrounging. Yeah. But
No, I mean the fact that you steal our taxes to come around and abuse people's rights. He is because he's trying to physically remove me. He threatened to physically remove me. You said you are going to assist them.
I said we can assist. The law
You
allows us to do that.
cannot.
Of course it does.
You cannot.
Of course it does.
You cannot. There is case law.
We can use common law to prevent breach of peace. Use
But
reasonable force to
what's the
prevent
breach of the peace here?
Well, there isn't one at the moment.
Exactly.
That's why I'm not doing anything.
Exactly. So yes, you do have that power, but
Thank
you
you.
have
I'm
to
glad we
be.
agree.
But you have to be. It has to
glad
be.
we
It
agree.
has to
I know what
be
I'm
a
talking
breach
about.
of the peace. But why bring it up if there's not a breach of
Well,
the
there has to be a
peace?
reasonable prospect.
And what's the reasonable
prospect
prospect?
is about to occur.
And what's the reasonable prospect?
Well, there isn't one at the moment.
Exactly. So why mention it?
But if they were to ask you to
That's like saying
start
that's like saying I have the power to do a citizen's arrest. It's not appropriate in this situation. So why would I mention it? You don't. That the power is not appropriate. So why mention
no
it?
offence committed, so
Exactly.
it's
So
not
why?
relevant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there's no breach of the peace. So why mention it?
Because
You want to flout your fucking
You didn't let me
ego.
answer.
You want to flout your ego is what you
Not
want to
swearing
do.
here.
You want to flout your ego is what you want to do.
I want to move on to the next job.
Well, go then.
People
Bugger
that need
off.
our help. All right.
Bugger off then.
But we're here.
Oh, bugger off
because you're
then.
causing a scene.
I'm not causing a scene. You're causing a scene.
We've been called here. We can't just ignore the call. We have
Well, no, you've come. You've attended the call.
Yeah.
You've said
No,
there's no
we're here,
offence.
and
There's
I'm
no.
waiting for these people to decide what they want to do.
But your oath is to the citizens, not to the corporations or to the government. Your oath is to the crown of this country, not the government, and your oath is to uphold the rights of citizens. Okay, not to uphold the policies of local job centres.
What about the
That's
rights
not
of
what your
citizens
oath.
to have conversations with their consultants without
And
someone
if this
filming?
goes online, I will blur that out. The only reason I've recorded that is so that when I send it to the DWP DWP and the ICO, the evidence is there.
What would you like? Because obviously it's up to you whether you want him to stay or not.
There is. I'm not calling you a prick. You haven't even got a blue line badge on. I appreciate that as well. But no, your colleague likes to flout his ego and think that he's got all controlling power over me, but he doesn't. Until an offence has been committed, you have no power.
We didn't say we had any.
He did. He's threatened to put hands on me to remove me from this building.
He never did that.
He threatened it. He said he was going to.
You have it all recorded.
Yes.
What did he say?
He said he's going to assist them in removing me from the building.
And that's threatening.
Yes, it is. That's a threat of an assault because you don't have that power.
That's a threat of assault.
Yes, you don't have that power to put hands on me for a civil matter. Assisting how? How else would you assist other than to physically remove me if I refuse?
We can assist.
Assist how? Assist how? What, physically?
What?
Physically?
We can.
You cannot. You cannot. And I'll be taking this up with who's your supervisor, for example? Who's like in charge of Islington area?
You can find that out.
The commissioner. Is it commissioner? No, commander, isn't it? Commander, you call it. Your local commander. Okay.
They've changed their mind and they're willing to let you stay.
Because they know that you've got nothing that you can do. Bugger off. Bugger off. I'm done. Bugger off. Bugger off. Exactly. So what? Exactly. We could have figured it out 10 minutes ago. You didn't have to stay here all this time, did you? Bugger off. See you later, mate. There we go, guys. So yeah, Irish constable, bit of a prick. Yeah, they will be getting complaints for the threat of trying to physically remove me, which they don't have the power to do. And yeah, the ICO and the MP for the DWP will be getting the footage for the breaches of data protection. Breaches of data under data protection. Absolutely disgusting, that Irish constable.
This exchange is pure tension. The auditor raises the Human Rights Act, specifically the right to receive and impart information. And notice how uncomfortable that makes everyone. When authority is questioned with legal literacy, the dynamic officer says something telling. Asterisk, if they don't want you to do it, they can ask you to leave. Asterisk, that's only half true. And half-truths are dangerous in law enforcement. Policy preferences don't override statutory rights, especially in publicly accessible government where witnessing is not enforced.